Welcome back to Living Strong Adventures. Peter Liciaga here, and today we're tackling a powerful truth that has shaped my life. Life rewards action, not intelligence. But before we dive in, let me be completely transparent with you. As you can see, I'm in my closet. Why? Because my studio is freezing, and I'm also recording this episode using a prompter. Why? Simply because it assures that I take action on getting this podcast out to you. I believe in planning, of course, organization, and making sure my thoughts are clear, but also I believe in spontaneity. And that's exactly how today's podcast came about. Just 5 minutes ago, well, let me say 20 minutes ago, I happened to be reading an article, and in this article, there was a line that I stumbled across. That one line sparked this entire topic, and I knew I had to share it with you today. It's a perfect example of how thoughtful action doesn't always require long preparation. Sometimes you just need to take the spark of an idea and run with it. Now, let's get into it. Life rewards action. But before you think I'm here to dismiss the importance of thought, let me be clear. Intelligence, wisdom, and meaningful thought are essential. They're like the compass that points us in the right direction. But a compass alone won't get you anywhere. You need to move. The magic happens when intelligence fuels your actions, because action without thought, that's reckless. But thought without action, that's stagnant. And if there's one thing I've learned in nearly 64 years is this: the balance of thoughtful action is where life truly rewards us. Let me illustrate this with a lesson from my own life. Some of you know I've spent the last decade navigating progressive hip pain. It was a long road of research, conversations with experts, and soul searching. And I wanted to be sure I was making the right decision. Not just any decision. But here's the thing. All that thought, all that intelligence, all that advice would have meant nothing if I hadn't acted. In September of this year, I made the decision to undergo 2 hip replacements. And in January, I'll be stepping back onto the mats, the Jiu-Jitsu mats, not just as a student, but as a teacher as well. Why? Because life is lived in the doing. It's on the mats for me, where I can't just think about my next move. I have to make it. Where I've learned this lesson time and time again is on those mats. The mats don't reward overthinking or hesitation. They reward thoughtful, decisive action. Jiu-Jitsu for me is a perfect example of how life rewards action. When you're rolling, sparring with your teammate, you can't afford to overanalyze every possibility. Your opponent isn't going to wait for you to make up your mind. You have to commit to a move. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, you learn. That's why I'm so passionate about returning to the mats this January. It's not just about getting my body moving again after surgery. That, of course, is very, very important. It's about living the lessons I'm sharing with you. And for those of you listening who are 40 years old or older, I want to invite you to join me. And you could be a beginner. Doesn't matter what's going on with your body, bad hips, whatever. You can do this. Starting in January, I am offering you a 30-day free experience at our school, Action Karate in Mount Laurel. It's an opportunity to see how thoughtful action on the mats can translate into every area of your life. You can sign up and learn more at my website, peterliciaga.com. So let's go ahead. Now let's circle back to this idea of life rewarding action. The reward isn't always what you expect. Sometimes the reward is a success, a submission, or a breakthrough in your training, or just reaching your goal. Other times, the reward is a lesson, a reminder of what doesn't work. For me, reward isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about the willingness to step forward even when you're not 100% sure, and trusting that the journey will teach you what you need to know. Grandpa John, who lived to 98, used to say, "You've got to start the race to finish it." He understood that life rewards the doers, those who act with intention, even if they don't have it all figured out. And here's the thing. Thoughtful action isn't about rushing. It's about stepping into the moment with courage, guided by the wisdom you've gained up until that point in your life. It's about saying, "I've prepared as best as I can, and now it's time to move. It's time to act." So let me ask you this. Where in your life do you need to act? Maybe it's a new goal, a long-delayed project, or a dream, a hope, something you've been aspiring to, wanting to do for a long, long time, for many years, some of you, right? Don't wait for the perfect moment. That will never happen. It doesn't exist. Take one thoughtful action today, no matter how small. That's it for today's episode of Living Strong Adventures. Remember, life rewards action, not intelligence alone, but intelligence that's put to motion. The results? They're either the successes you aimed for or the lesson you needed. If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with someone who needs a little push to take thoughtful action in their own life. And if you're ready to step onto the mats with yours truly, me, this January, visit peterliciaga.com and claim your 30-day free experience. Until next time, stay strong, act boldly, and as always, keep living strong.